Geobyte.
Hello friends, welcome to the Geobyte. In this video, let us discuss very important problems which are required for both mechanical and civil students who are preparing for the RRB JE and SSC JE. These are all the problems I collected from different competitive exams for the concept of thin cylinders or thin cylindrical shells. Look at the very first problem. The maximum principal strain in a thin cylindrical tank having a radius of 25 centimeters. Here radius given. Radius R equal to 25 centimeters. If radius is 25 centimeters, diameter equal to twice the radius, it is equal to 50 centimeters. Okay. And wall thickness of 5 mm. The thickness of the wall is given T equal to 5 mm. When subjected to internal pressure of 1 megapascal. The pressure of the material inside the cylinder 1 megapascal. The same value you can write 1 Newton per mm square. Okay. The Young's modulus is given. Young's modulus E equal to 200 gigapascal is equal to 200 into 10 power 3 megapascal. The same value you can write in Newton per mm square. 200 into 10 power 3 Newton per millimeter square. And Poisson's ratio given. Poisson's ratio 1 by m equal to 0.2. Now what you are asked to find? Once again let us read the problem. The maximum principal strain. Maximum principal strain means circumferential strain. Maximum principal strain. It is also called circumferential or hoop strain. Hoop strain equal to how much? Now the hoop strain EC equal to sigma C by E minus sigma L by ME. But sigma C equal to PD by 2T, whereas sigma L equal to PD by 4T. So this EC, hoop strain or circumferential strain EC equal to sigma C equal to PD by 2TE minus PD by 4TME. P equal to 1. Diameter is given 50 centimeters is equal to 500 mm. 500 divided by 2 into thickness given 5 into E 200 into 10 raised to 3 minus P equal to 1, D equal to 500 divided by 4 into T 5 E 200 into 10 power 3 into 1 by m. Here 1 by m is the Poisson's ratio, not m. 1 by m is the Poisson's ratio into 0.2 You simplify this value for getting approximately 2.25 into 10 raised minus 4. That is the hoop strain or circumferential strain. Circumferential strain. Anyhow, answer is 2.25 into 10 power minus 4. Look at the options. Look at the option C. Option C is 2.25 in 10 power minus 6. No, option C is not correct. Look at the option A, 2.25 into 10 power minus 4. Therefore, option A is absolutely correct. I hope you understood. Let us go for the next problem. Look at the second problem. A thin-walled cylindrical vessel of wall thickness. It is not well thickness, it is the wall thickness. एक minute. Wall thickness. This is the wall thickness. Okay. Wall thickness T and diameter D is fitted with gas to a gauge pressure of P. The maximum shear stress of the vessel wall will be then. You are asked to find the maximum shear stress. Maximum shear stress. The maximum shear stress tau equal to sigma C minus sigma L by 2, whereas sigma C is the circumferential stress equal to PD by 2T and sigma L equal to longitudinal stress equal to PD by 4T. It is equal to PD by 2T minus PD by 4T divided by 2. Simplify this value. It is 2PD minus PD by 4T into 2. It is equal to PD by 8T. Therefore, the maximum shear stress tau max equal to PD by 8T. That is the answer. Look at the options. Look at the option D. Option D is absolutely correct. PD by 8T. I hope you understood. Let us move to the one more problem. Let us read the third problem. A thin cylindrical shell of diameter D, length L and thickness T is subjected to internal pressure P. What is the ratio of longitudinal strain to the hoop strain in terms of Poisson's ratio 1 by m? You are asked to find the longitudinal strain by hoop strain. Longitudinal strain by hoop strain is how much? Hoop strain. Sigma EL by EC equal to how much? As we know, longitudinal strain equal to sigma L by E minus sigma C by ME. EL equal to sigma L PD by 4T into E minus PD by 2T ME. From this you write the PD by 2T outside. It is 1 by 2 minus 1 by m. It can be also written as PD by 2TE into m minus 2 by 2m. Similarly, circumferential strain or hoop strain hoop strain EC or EH. This EC can also be written as EH equal to sigma C by E minus sigma L by ME. From this, the hoop strain equal to sigma C equal to PD by 2T into E minus PD by 4T ME. It is equal to, let us write the PD by 2T outside, 1 minus 1 by 2M. It is equal to PD by 2TE into 2M minus 1 by 2M. This is the hoop strain. Therefore, the longitudinal strain by hoop strain equal to longitudinal strain. This is the longitudinal strain PD by 2TE into M minus 2 by 2M divided by PD by 2TE into 2M minus 1 by 2M. From this, PD by 2TE, PD by 2TE cancelled. This 2M cancelled. Finally, it is M minus 2 by 2M minus 1. So, longitudinal strain by hoop strain equal to M minus 2 by 2M minus 1, where 1 by M equal to Poisson's ratio. Look at the option B, M minus 2 by 2M minus 1. Therefore, option B is absolutely correct. I hope you got my point. Let us go for the another problem. Let us read the next problem. A penstock pipe of 10 meter diameter carries water under a pressure head 100 meters. Diameter of the penstock given D equal to 10 meters. Pressure head is given 100 meters. Okay. If the wall thickness is 9 mm, thickness of the wall equal to 9 millimeters equal to 9 into 10 raised to minus 3 meters. What is the tensile stress in the pipe in megapascal? Tensile stress means here circumferential stress. Circumferential stress is also called hoop stress. Sigma C equal to how much? That is the problem. Here, circumferential stress equal to PD by 2T. For this pressure to be found, pressure P equal to gauge pressure P equal to rho into G into H. That is the standard formula. You might be studied with the fluid mechanics. Pressure P equal to rho. Density of the water is 1000. Need not be given. Density of the water equal to 1000 kg per meter cube. G 9.8 multiplied by H is given 100 meters. You simplify this value for getting 980,000 Newton per meter square. Therefore, circumferential stress equal to pressure 980,000. D diameter is given 10 meters divided by 2 into T 9 into 10 power minus 3. Since all are in terms of meters, that's why thickness also taken in meter form. You simplify this value for getting around 544.44 into 10 raised to 6 Newton per meter square. Since the options are asked in megapascal, answers are asked in megapascal, it can be written as 544.44 megapascal, maybe approximately 545 megapascal. So the circumferential stress equal to 545 megapascal. Let us go for the options. Look at the option B. Option B, 545 megapascal. Therefore option B is absolutely correct. I hope you got my point. Let us go for the another problem. Look at the fifth problem. For the same internal diameter, wall thickness, material and internal pressure, the ratio of maximum stress induced in the thin cylindrical and thin spherical pressure vessel will be. You are asked to find the circumferential stress for the cylindrical shell divided by circumferential stress for the spherical shell equal to how much? As we know, circumferential stress for cylindrical shell equal to PD by 2T. The circumferential stress for spherical one equal to PD by 4T. Therefore, circumferential stress for cylindrical member divided by circumferential stress for spherical one is equal to PD by 2T divided by PD by 4T is equal to 2. Therefore, the ratio between the two circumferential stresses respectively cylindrical and spherical is 2. Look at the options. Option A. Look at the option A. Option A is absolutely correct. I hope you got my point. Let us go for the another problem. Look at the sixth problem. The ratio of circumferential stress to the longitudinal stress in a thin cylinder subjected to internal hydrostatic pressure is. You are asked to find the circumferential stress by longitudinal stress. Circumferential stress equal to PD by 2T. Longitudinal stress PD by 4T. So finally it is PD by 2T into 4T by PD. It is equal to 2. Therefore, look at the options. Option C is absolutely correct. Option C is absolutely correct. Let us go for the next problem. Next problem. A thin walled water pipe carries water under a pressure of the water given 2 Newton per mm square and discharges water into a tank. Diameter of the pipe is 25 mm. Diameter given 25 millimeters and thickness is 2.5 mm. Thickness of the vessel is given 2.5 millimeters. What is the longitudinal stress induced in the pipe? You are asked to find the longitudinal stress. The longitudinal stress sigma L equal to how much? The longitudinal stress sigma L equal to PD by 40. PD by 40. So pressure is given 2. D is diameter of the pipe 25 mm. 25 by 4 into T 2.5. Simplify this value for getting approximately 5 Newton per mm square. Simplify with your calculator. 5 Newton per mm square. So longitudinal stress equal to 5 Newton per mm square. Therefore option C, look at the option C. Option C is absolutely correct. I hope you got my point. 5 Newton per mm square. Let us take one more problem. Look at the next problem. The volumetric strain in case of thin cylindrical shell of diameter D, thickness T, subjected to internal pressure is P, where E equal to Young's modulus, mu equal to Poisson's ratio. So you are asked to find the volumetric strain. My dear friends, volumetric strain equal to change in volume by original volume equal to EL plus 2EC, where EL equal to longitudinal strain equal to sigma L by E minus sigma C by ME. Sigma L equal to PD by 4TE minus PD by 2TME. Let us write the PD by 4TE outside 1 minus 2 by M. 1 minus 2 by M. It is equal to PD by 4TE into 1 minus 2 into mu, because here Poisson's ratio 1 by m is given as mu, right? Similarly, the circumferential strain EC equal to sigma C by E minus sigma L by ME. Sigma C equal to PD by 2TE minus PD by 4TME. Simplify this value. Let us write the PD by 4TE outside. It is 2 minus 1 by M. It is equal to PD by 4TE into 2 minus mu. That is the circumferential strain. Therefore, volumetric strain equal to EL plus 2EC. EL equal to, this is the EL. EL equal to longitudinal strain PD by 4TE into 1 minus 2 mu plus twice the circumferential strain. Circumferential strain is PD by 4TE into 2 minus mu. So it can be also written as PD by 4TE into 1 minus 2 mu plus PD by 4TE. You multiply this inner value with the 2, it is 4 minus 2 mu. Let us write the PD by 4TE outside. Here 1 plus 4 equal to 5 minus 2 mu minus 2 mu minus 2 mu minus 2 mu minus 4 mu, where mu equal to Poisson's ratio. So this is the volumetric strain. PD by 4TE into 5 minus 4 mu. Look at the options. Look at the options. Look at the option C. PD by 4TE into 5 minus 4 mu. Therefore, option C is absolutely correct. I hope you got my point. Let us go for one more problem. Look at the ninth problem. Dear friends, these are all the problems collected from different competitive exams. That's why the each and every problem is very important. While you are practicing the SOM problems, paper work is very important. Pen and paper work is very important for practicing all these problems. That means whatever you come across, you put on the paper. Look at the problem. A thin cylinder of diameter d and thickness t is subjected to internal pressure P. The change in diameter is d, where E be the Young's modulus and mu be the Poisson's ratio. You are asked to find the change in diameter. What is the change in diameter? As we know, the circumferential strain equal to change in diameter by original diameter equal to sigma c by E minus sigma L by ME, where sigma c equal to circumferential stress equal to PD by 2T, longitudinal stress equal to PD by 4T. So it can be written as delta E d by d equal to PD by 2TE minus PD by 4T ME. It is equal to, let me write the PD by 4T outside. It is 2 minus 1 by m. Here 1 by m is the Poisson's ratio, given is mu. So it can be also written as PD by 4TE into 2 minus mu. This is equal to delta d by d. But he is asking change in diameter. Therefore, change in diameter delta d equal to PD square by 4TE into 2 minus mu. That is the formula for finding the change in diameter for a thin cylindrical shell. PD square by 4TE into 2 minus mu. Look at the options. Look at the very first option itself. PD square by 4TE into 2 minus mu into 2 minus mu. Therefore, option A is absolutely correct. Let us move to the next problem. Look at the next problem. The percentage change in volume of thin cylinder under internal pressure having hoop stress 200 megapascal. Hoop stress means circumferential stress. Sigma H equal to 200 megapascal. And Young's modulus equal to 200 gigapascal equal to 200 into 10 power 3 megapascal, and Poisson's ratio 0.25. Poisson's ratio mu equal to 0.225. Percentage change in volume. Percentage change in volume equal to how much? As we know, volumetric strain equal to change in volume by original volume. It is equal to PD by 4TE into 5 minus 4 mu. This already we have discussed. This proof already we made for the earlier problem. This is the volumetric strain. Therefore, change in volume by original volume it can be written as PD by 2T into 1 by 1 minute. PD by 2T into 1 by 2E into 5 minus 4 mu. PD by 2T equal to what? Circumferential stress equal to PD by 2T. So it is sigma C by 2 into E into 5 minus 4 mu. Sigma C given. What is the sigma C? Sigma C 200 megapascal. 200 divided by 2 into 200 into 10 raised 3 into 5 minus 4 into mu 0.25. You simplify this value. If you simplify this value, you are getting 0.8 minute. I am doing that part. It is equal to 2 into 10 power 2 into 10 power minus 3 delta V by V. Delta V by V, since he is asking percentage change in volume, 2 into 10 power minus 3 into 100. Into 100, it is giving 0.2 percentage. So percentage change in volume is 0.22. Look at the options. 0.2. Look at the option D. Option D is absolutely correct. I hope you got my point. Let us take one more problem. Look at the next problem. If a block of material of length L equal to 25 centimeters, breadth 10 centimeters, breadth equal to 10 centimeters, and height 5 centimeters, height equal to 5 centimeters, undergoes a volumetric strain EV equal to 1 by 5000, then change in volume will be, you are asked to find the change in volume delta V. First let us find the volume of the member. Volume equal to length into breadth into height. It is equal to 25 into 10 into 5. It is 1250. Since all are in centimeters, it is giving in centimeter cube. But volumetric strain EV equal to change in volume by original volume. This volumetric strain is given 1 by 5000. Therefore, the change in volume equal to 1 by 5000 into volume. Volume you have decided 1250. You simplify this value for getting around 0.25 centimeter cube. So this is the answer for the given problem. Change in volume equal to 0.25 centimeter cube. Look at the options. Look at the option B, 0.25 centimeter cube. Therefore, option B is absolutely correct. Let us go for one more problem. Read the next problem. The maximum shear stress induced in thin-walled cylindrical shell having internal diameter d and thickness t when subjected to internal pressure P is equal to. You are asked to find the maximum shear stress. The maximum shear stress equal to sigma C minus sigma L by 2. Here sigma C equal to PD, here capital D given, PD by 2T, whereas sigma L equal to PD by 4T. Let us put those values. PD by 2T minus PD by 4T divided by 2. It is equal to 1 by 2 into 2PD minus PD by 4T. Simplify this value for getting PD by 8T. This is the maximum shear stress developed in the thin cylindrical shell. Maximum shear stress equal to PD by 8T. Look at the options. PD by 8D. Option D is, look at the option D. Option D is absolutely correct. I hope you understood. Shall we take another problem? Yes. Look at the problem. Match list 1 with list 2. List 1 statements are given and asked to select the correct answer. Under list 1, hoop stress. You know, hoop stress sigma H equal to PD by 2T. Okay. Next, the maximum shear stress. Just now you got it. Maximum shear stress PD by 8T. Longitudinal stress equal to PD by 4T. Thickness sigma C equal to PD by 2T. From this thickness equal to PD by 2 into sigma C. Since circumferential stress is the highest stress for thin cylindrical shells, that is the reason generally the thickness is decided from the circumferential stress only. So hoop stress PD by 2T. Hoop stress is PD by 2T. Okay. Maximum shear stress PD by 8T. Longitudinal stress PD by 4T. Thickness is, oh, 1 minute. So this is not correct. So here the hoop stress is PD by 2T. Yes, it is correct. Absolutely correct. Whereas thickness, cylinder thickness is PD by 2 sigma. So A2 correct, B4 correct, C1 correct, D3 correct. So A2, B4, C1 and D3. Therefore option D is absolutely correct. I hope you understood. So this is the very important problem. I hope you clearly understood. Let us move to the one more problem. Look at the problem. Hoop stress and longitudinal stress in the boiler shell under internal pressure are. Here hoop stress is given. Hoop stress equal to 100 meganewton per meter square. And longitudinal stress sigma L equal to 50 meganewton per meter square. Okay, respectively, no problem. Young's modulus of elasticity and Poisson's ratio are. Young's modulus E equal to 200 giganewton per meter square, can also be written as 200 into 10 power 3 meganewton per meter square, and Poisson's ratio 1 by m equal to 0.3. respectively. The hoop strain in the boiler shell. The hoop strain is also called circumferential strain, sigma h, sigma h by E minus sigma L by ME. So equal to sigma h by E minus 1 by M into sigma L by E. Here 1 by M is the Poisson's ratio. Sigma h equal to 100 divided by 200 into 10 raised to 3 minus 1 by M, Poisson's ratio 1 by M is 0.3 into sigma L 50 divided by 200 into 10 raised to 3. You simplify this value for getting around 0.425 into 10 raised to minus 3. So this is the hoop strain or circumferential strain. Strain has no units. Strain has no units. That is the answer. Look at the options. Look at the very first one. 0.425 into 10 power minus 3. Therefore, option A is absolutely correct. Let us take one more problem. Look at the problem. A thin cylinder with both ends closed is subjected to internal pressure P. The longitudinal stress at the surface has been calculated as sigma naught. Here longitudinal stress equal to sigma naught. Okay. Maximum shear stress at the surface will be, you are asked to find the maximum shear stress is how much. Since sigma c equal to PD by 2T and sigma L equal to PD by 4T, I can say that sigma c equal to twice the sigma L. It is given sigma L equal to 2 into tau naught. This is the sigma c. Maximum shear stress tau max equal to half into sigma c minus sigma L. Half into sigma c is 2 sigma naught minus sigma L equal to sigma naught. So it is equal to sigma naught by 2. This is the maximum shear stress. The maximum shear stress developed is sigma naught by 2. Look at the options. Sigma naught by 2 means 0.5 sigma naught. You can opt the D. Option D is absolutely correct. So it can be written as 0.5 times the sigma naught. That is the answer. Let us take one more problem. Look at the problem. Circumferential stress in a cylindrical steel boiler shell under internal pressure is 80 megapascal. Circumferential stress is given 80 megapascal. Okay. Young's modulus of elasticity and Poisson's ratio respectively are the Young's modulus E equal to 2 into 10 power 5 megapascal and Poisson's ratio 1 by M equal to 0.28. The magnitude of circumferential strain in the boiler shell will be, you are asked to find the circumferential strain. Circumferential strain is how much? I hope you got my point. Let us do that. As we know, circumferential strain equal to sigma c by E, sigma c by E minus sigma L by ME. But in general, sigma c equal to twice the sigma L. Therefore, the sigma L equal to sigma c by 2, it is equal to 80 by 2. Therefore, longitudinal stress equal to 40 megapascal. It can be also written as 1 by Young's modulus into sigma c minus sigma L into 1 by m. 1 by m. 1 by Young's modulus 1 by 2 into 10 power 5 into sigma c 80 minus 40 into Poisson's ratio given 0.28 into 0.28. You simplify this value for getting approximately 3.44 into 10 power minus 4. So this is the circumferential strain, is also called hoop strain. 3.44 into 10 power minus 4. Look at the option A, 3.44 into 10 power minus 4. Therefore option A itself is correct. Let's go for the last problem. Look at the last problem. From design point of view, spherical pressure vessels are preferred over cylindrical pressure vessel because, remember my dear friends, the spherical pressure vessels are generally preferred because they can give large volume for material occupation. So for the same material, for the cylindrical shell and the spherical shell, in the spherical shell you can find the large volume. That's why generally we are preferring the spherical shell. Look at the option A. Are cost effective in fabrication? No. Have uniform higher circumferential stress? No. Having uniform lower circumferential stress? No. D. Have a larger volume for the same quantity of material? Absolutely correct. For the same quantity of material, the spherical members or spherical shells can give large volume to occupy more and more quantity of material. That is the reason generally we are preferring the spherical shells in case of thin cylinder, thin shells. So anyhow, option A is absolutely correct. With this, my dear friends, I am concluding this video. You please go through all these problems at least twice, if possible thrice. If you find any difficulty while you are solving these problems, you please just drop a message. Definitely I will answer within 24 hours. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe our channel GeoByte. Thank you. Have a great day.
GeoByte.